and I have a checklist, same grocery list, pretty much every week. Hey guys, I'm about to head out to the grocery store and do a little restock, so I wanted to take you guys along with me. I am 14 weeks out from my first bodybuilding show of the year, so the focus right now is building some lean muscle, getting leaner. So I wanted to show you guys what I do when I go to the grocery store, because I like to keep it as simple as possible. That way, one, I can be in and out, I can save money, be efficient, and I know that I'm going to be set up for the week and be on track with my goals. So I wanted to give you guys some tips, take you guys along with me, show you guys what I get, because I do get a lot of questions about this. Obviously, a lot of my other videos with my day in the life vlogs or what I'm eating in a day, I show you guys my tips for meal prepping or stuff like that. So if you guys want more tips for that, definitely let me know. But it is Sunday, and if you guys have ever been to a Trader Joe's on a Sunday, you know what I'm talking about. So this might be a little bit overwhelming, but I'm going to take you guys along. I'm going to bring my mic in there so I can kind of explain what I get, why I get it. So let's head over there. Okay, so first thing I like to get is these little cucumbers, and I pretty much can only find them at Trader Joe's, but I like when I'm making like my chicken and rice bowls, I'll do like a little poke style bowl, so I'll add in like some pineapple and I'll add in some fun stuff to make it like fresh and enjoyable. That's honestly like my biggest tip when it comes to eating healthy, is you want it to be more enjoyable than something you would eat out. So one of the first things that I grabbed, they're so good, but they literally call them teeny tiny cukes. I think that's so funny, so I'm gonna pick some of these up. And then while I'm in the produce, I'm also going to pick up a few white onions. Like I was saying, same thing. I just like to add them to my chicken and rice bowl. So I'm going to grab some of those. So I typically do just like a white onion. Usually just one will last me like a while. So I just grab these and then I'll dice them up each time that I'm like making a meal. Another thing that's pretty much always like a huge recommendation for me, for my nutrition clients, is always go in with a grocery list, because I feel like one, as soon as you get here, everything gets very overwhelming and you can forget what you want, or you'll get sidetracked by other things. So I always come in with a list on my phone of what I need, and then I can pop in super quick, and then I know that I'm only getting what I need. Next thing I like to get are these frozen pineapples. So I always throw a pineapple in my post-workout meal. It's like a really good carb for after a workout, really good for digestion, and I get really sick of cutting pineapples. So I love finding like the frozen ones because they're already cut and you know that it's not gonna go bad. So I pick up a few bags of these. Also in the frozen, I grab their frozen wild blueberries. I like the frozen ones. I don't know what it is, but they're almost like a candy. Like when they're frozen, they're so much sweeter. They also preserve all of the good micronutrients in there, and obviously they don't go bad as fast. So I love doing some frozen blueberries. I always have a ton of these in my fridge, or in my freezer, of course. So for breakfast, if I'm having oats or something like that, like this morning I did oats and I did egg whites on the side, and then I threw these into my oats with some cinnamon and stevia, and it's just such a go-to. I love the wild ones too, because obviously blueberries, any berries, raspberries, that type of thing, those are all great for antioxidants, and the wild ones have almost double the amount of antioxidants, so I always try and grab the wild ones when I can find them. Now I'm going to mosey on over to the little dairy and egg section. So I already grabbed some whole eggs. I'm huge on pasture raised. I really like that bright yellow yolk. You can tell that it's a healthy chicken when I get pasture raised. So usually I'll pick up some pasture raised, but again, those last me a long time. So I grabbed those last week, so I don't need to restock on any of those right now. But I fly through the egg whites. Such a great source of protein, and I pretty much always have egg whites as my protein source in the morning. If I'm running out the door super quick, I'll do like a protein shake. Like I use the whey protein isolate from My Protein. Super easy on digestion, but of course I am already good to go, restocked on all of that. So I definitely want to restock on some egg whites. I'm not gonna lie, I usually do get these from Costco, and they are by far the cheapest place to possibly get them. Because here at Trader Joe's, they're like $4 for one of these little ones, and I go through like one of these every 2 days, if not every day. So I usually will get them from Costco, because a case of like 6 of these comes out to about $8 from Costco, but there's been that egg shortage, so I haven't been able to grab them there. So I'm gonna grab a few from Trader Joe's, and then hopefully next time I go to Costco, I'll be able to restock there. But definitely a pro tip for you guys there. And I'm about to walk down the seasoning aisle. I don't think I need to restock anything from that this week, but they have the best everything but the bagel seasoning, and I've been throwing that on my eggs or on my egg whites. Or if you do like I don't have sourdough anymore, but I was doing at night, I would do like a sourdough avocado toast with some egg whites on the side. And what I would do with avocado is I would like take the sourdough, I would toast it, I would put some avocado on there, and then scramble some eggs, put a little bit of balsamic vinegar, and then some everything but the bagel seasoning. It's incredible. But right now I'm not doing that anymore. So what I've been doing is when I have like some scrambled eggs, sometimes I switch it up if I want like a little bit more of a savory breakfast, I'll do that with the everything but the bagel, and that is incredible. I am gonna grab some stevia while I'm here. I usually get the liquid stevia, so it's not artificial sweeteners, it's 0 calories. So I add this to my coffee, I add it when I'm making my egg white pancake. You guys know I always use liquid stevia for that. I add it into my cream of rice before my workout, I add it to my oats. So I like to do the liquid stevia, and they have one pretty cheap here, so I'm gonna grab some of that. Now I'm gonna make my way over to the freezer aisle, but I'm so glad I have a grocery list that I can check off, because it gets so overwhelming in here. There are so many options and so many delicious things. Like, speaking of, I'm in the freezer aisle right now, and they have sweet potato fries. If you guys like sweet potato fries, you have to try the Trader Joe's ones. I think they're heaven sent. They are like one of the best things on earth, and I just throw them like in the air fryer. Delicious. So definitely gotta try that out. I'm gonna grab some asparagus. So I did Instacart earlier from Costco, because Costco is very overwhelming. Like, I think Trader Joe's on a Sunday is overwhelming, but Costco any day of the week is 10 times more overwhelming. So anything that I get from Costco, I definitely Instacart it. Saves me so much money. So all of my chicken I get from there most of the time when I can. I did Instacart some green beans from Costco. A lot of the times they're sold out of their green beans, so whenever I can find them, I do grab them. But they didn't have any asparagus, so I'm gonna grab some asparagus from here. This is what I use as my fiber. So I either do asparagus or green beans. Those are usually my go-to for fiber in my meals. You wanna make sure that you're having a good amount of fiber. Like, for a lot of my nutrition clients online, I suggest to have them like in 2 or 3 of their meals throughout the day, have some fiber source. So lunch and dinner, usually that looks like a greens, even like a mixed green salad where you can just throw a protein on top of that is definitely a great choice. Morning, fiber usually comes from my blueberries, from oats, that sort of thing. Those are all very high in fiber. I also haven't picked this up before, but I think I'm gonna pick this up in the next coming months once my food gets a little bit lower as we get closer to the show. But they have a frozen cut up bell pepper strips, and I love to throw these like into an egg white omelet in the morning and put a little bit of hot sauce on it. It's delicious, especially like the green truck hot sauce. So I'm not at that point yet, but I did not know that they had that. They also have fire roasted bell peppers and onions, and I'm lazy sometimes and I don't want to cut it all up. So definitely a good source of fiber. If any of you guys are like bell pepper, onion people, like want like a savory breakfast, this would be a really great option. So probably gonna get that the next time I come here. But for now, I'm just gonna stick to some asparagus. All right, now moving on to one of the most important parts, proteins. They have some really good proteins here. I used to, so I'm a Florida girl. So I grew up always going to Publix and stuff like that. And then once I started paying for my own groceries, once I moved down here for college, I realized how expensive Publix was. So having a Trader Joe's nearby has been amazing. And I've just found ways to like keep my groceries as cheap as possible, especially since, you know, I'm eating 6 meals in a day right now for bodybuilding prep. Of course, that's the extreme, like my lifestyle clients that I work with, where they're just working on fat loss or gaining muscle, all those different types of things. They're not doing anything that extreme, just focusing on making better food choices and having some more structure. But definitely have had to lock in on like how I'm, you know, how I'm staying on track with my fitness goals, but also staying within a budget. Trader Joe's has been huge. Getting a lot of my proteins at Costco has been huge. So I did pick up some chicken. I'll show you guys what I Instacarted from Costco a little bit later, because that is arriving in a couple hours. But I do get my ground beef from here because they have 96% lean. and that's what I have on my bodybuilding prep. We like to have a red meat food source, and obviously want it to be a little bit leaner, a little bit lower fat. Obviously fat is not the enemy, but I want to make sure that I'm having balanced meals. So right now I've been doing 96% lean just so it's higher protein, and I picked this up from Trader Joe's because it is pretty hard to find. Like I can find it sometimes at Publix, but they don't have it at Costco or anything like that. So I'm going to pick up a few pounds of this that will last me for the week. Okay, I am checking my grocery list because I think I'm pretty much wrapping everything up. I have my protein sources for the week. I have my carb sources for the week. I have some sources of fiber. So that's really what I like to suggest as you're going down the list is pick a few protein sources. So what are your protein sources going to be for the week? For me right now, that is chicken breast, and that is some lean ground beef. Sometimes I'll mix in some tilapia, which I did Instacart today, so I'll show you guys that in a little bit. Sometimes that'll be salmon, but I like to choose a few protein sources and I prep them in bulk, right? Ingredient prep. I talk a lot about that, but I can talk more about meal prep in another video. Then I make sure to have some berries on hand. Today I picked up some wild blueberries. I already have some frozen strawberries in the freezer, so I don't need to worry about that. I also have other fruits with pineapple. My morning protein source, which right now is egg whites. Didn't need any eggs, so I didn't restock on that. Some things to kind of spice up my meals, which this time was cucumber and onion. Sometimes I'll do bell pepper. Sometimes I'll do things like that, sauces. I've been sticking to the G. Hughes chili lime, or no, G. Hughes sweet chili, and it's like a low calorie sauce. Love that one. I've been getting that from Walmart or Publix. And when I'm not in a bodybuilding prep, I love the Primal Kitchen sauces. Usually I can find those at Whole Foods or Publix. If you guys love a good sauce with really clean ingredients, it's all based in avocado oil. They have an avocado lime sauce. They have salad dressings. They're absolutely delicious. Didn't need any of that today though, but I basically go off of my grocery list and I have the same thing. So this is my Trader Joe's list. Again, I make sure I have a couple proteins. I have some carbs. I didn't need to re-up on sweet potatoes or rice, but usually that would be on there. And I literally put it in my notes app on my phone. And I have a checklist. This is the same grocery list pretty much every week. And then if you're, not in a bodybuilding prep, you can add in your fun stuff. Like when you're going around and you, especially somewhere like Trader Joe's, and you're like, oh wow, they have this really fun, like seasonal item or sweet treat or something that I want to grab. I think it's super beneficial to have your core staple items. What are my proteins? What are my carb sources? What are my fat sources, right? Like almond butters, oils, macadamia nuts. I'm already all good on those, so I didn't have to restock. And then I literally, right before I come to the grocery store, I go into this and I uncheck anything that I am low on or out of, and then I just make sure that I have everything that I need. So pretty much have checked everything off. I think I'm gonna go grab some flowers. I do like to restock and have some fresh flowers in the apartment each week. So I think that's the last thing I need to grab. So let's head over there and then get back and unpack. I love Trader Joe's for flowers as well because you guys know Boo. I have a cat if you guys are new here. And flowers are toxic. Almost every flower is like toxic to cats. So I have to be really careful about what I get. Like tulips, I love tulips. Those are toxic to cats. All of like the seasonal bouquets usually have flowers that are toxic to cats. So one that isn't, I know sunflowers aren't, which are super cute. I don't see any sunflowers though. And roses are not. So I usually get the spray roses from Trader Joe's and they're like $6. I feel like it just kind of freshens up your apartment. So I'm gonna find some of those. Let's go check out. I think I have everything that I need. I feel like the people at Trader Joe's, like when you're checking out, they always make you feel so good. So I'm so excited. I love being here. Like the atmosphere is just so much better. There you go.
Hi.
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Great.
It's always crazy in here on Sundays. Yeah. You guys had everything I needed though, so it was perfect. All right. That concludes the Trader Joe's haul. It was definitely a little bit crazy in there, but I got everything that I needed. They had absolutely everything. So that was awesome. Sometimes I'll go in there and on a Sunday, it's so hit or miss. Like I came earlier, it's 12:56. So I was able to like get everything that I needed and they weren't out of stock of anything. And it wasn't like too crazy hectic in there. It was definitely busy, but it was good. So I'm gonna go back and that is pretty much everything for my haul. I wanted to show you guys what I got from Costco, but it's delayed. It's not going to be delivered for like a couple hours, but just to wrap that up, basically what I got there was I got chicken breast from Costco because it's like $3 a pound and high quality chicken breast. So I do that and then I freeze it. And then I got cinnamon because I go through so much cinnamon in a day. Cinnamon's really good for anti-inflammatory purposes, but that's besides the point. I just like it. And then I also got some frozen mahi, and it is wild caught. So totally recommend getting your whitefish from Costco because if you don't mind it being frozen, I truly do not. I just let it thaw and then I air fry it and I enjoy it, but I like to get high quality protein. So since it's mahi and it's wild caught, it's very high quality fish. So I like to do that. They have it just so much cheaper there because it is $25 for 3 pounds, which is crazy for wild caught mahi. And then I got some green beans, but that is everything that I got from Costco. So pretty straightforward. I hope this was helpful for you guys. A little bit of a different style video. I know usually I'm doing like sit down informative videos or just a vlog day in my life. So if you want to see more of those, definitely subscribe and like this video. Let me know how you guys liked it. If there's anything specific you guys want to see that I do or that I recommend, I am all ears. I love listening to you guys and just making content on whatever I feel like is going to be helpful. So let me know in the comments what you guys want to see or if you enjoyed this type of video. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.